Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy, also known as ETCG1. If it is your birthday, happy birthday. Congratulations on another lap around the sun. For today's topic, I thought I would cover how to talk to your mechanic. I've sort of touched on this topic a little bit in the past, but recently I did a video and it kind of came up spontaneously within it, and I thought, well, why don't we make a video addressing this very thing? Let's paint a picture here. You're a customer. You're in need of auto repair, you're not able to do it yourself, so you've got to take it somewhere. So you've got to, number one, find a mechanic, and then you have to explain to them the problem that you're having or the service that you're looking to have done so that they can perform said service or repair. So I suppose the first question is, how do you find a mechanic? Where do you take your vehicle? Well, it depends on your vehicle. If it's a newer vehicle and still under warranty, I would say take it to the dealer. They're best equipped to know what services it needs, or maybe if there's a technical service bulletin that it falls under, they'll know about it. Especially if you bought that vehicle from that dealership and you develop a relationship with them. But if you're outside of warranty and you're not wanting to pay dealer prices anymore and you're looking to move on, or you bought a used car and was never meant to be at the dealer, well, then you're faced with like the independent shops, or I call them chain places, or just franchises, like your National Tire and Batteries, your Pep Boys, your Firestones, places like that. And as far as which one to go to, well, I would say that if you're going to an independent shop, look for an independent shop that specializes in your type of vehicle. So in other words, take me for instance, I'm an Acura Honda specialist. So if you have an older Acura or Honda, I'm your guy. But you don't necessarily bring me your old Mercedes, because I'm not as versed in German vehicles as I am in the Asian vehicles. So you kind of get the picture. So look for a shop that specializes in your type of vehicle. Many times these are ex-dealership technicians, so they may have a lot of information about your vehicle. Basically, you're looking for somebody that's knowledgeable on the make and model that you have. I didn't want this video to be about how to find a mechanic. I wanted it to be about how to talk to a mechanic, but you first have to figure out where to go, right? So I just wanted to briefly touch on that topic. The next thing is you're in need of a service or repair. So you take it into the shop. Maybe it's your first time going into the shop. Maybe you don't necessarily talk to the mechanic themselves, especially in a dealership environment. It's very unlikely that you'll be able to talk directly to the mechanic. A lot of times you'll be talking to a service advisor. Sometimes this happens in independent shops. Maybe there's a secretary or somebody that's working the desk, and you don't get a chance to talk to the mechanic personally. Now, I would say there's certain instances, like if you've got a weird, strange, unique, or intermittent problem, that would be the time to, I think, talk to the technician directly, if at all possible. So in other words, if you've got one of those types of problems that, is a little off the beaten path, let's say, probably not a bad idea to walk in and say, look, would it be possible to talk to the person that would be working on my vehicle? I should have prefaced this with this. As a customer, give the mechanic or the person the benefit of the doubt to start with. I mean, don't walk in the door with an attitude of, you're ripping me off, or an attitude of, I know more than you do. You're just doing stuff that I can't do myself. Nothing is more annoying or rubs us the wrong way than when you walk in and tell us how to do our job. We're the ones that are out in the trenches day in, day out, in cold weather and hot weather, and when you got some places with winter environments, you got that slushy junk dripping down the back of your neck. In fact, that's the reason why I wear this hoodie, so that it doesn't get down the back of my neck. Anyway, so we're the ones in the trenches doing the work. We've done it. We know what we're doing. Now, are there crooked mechanics out there? Yes, absolutely. In fact, there's tons of articles written about them. But I don't want you walking through the door with a chip on your shoulder already. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Give them the chance to screw it up first, or to show you that they're rip-off artists. Before you ever walk through the door, and I probably should have mentioned this along with looking for a mechanic, check their ratings. There's tons of stuff online about people's opinions and experiences with a particular shop these days. Do your research, ask around, ask your friends, ask your neighbors, where do you take your vehicle? Especially if they have a vehicle that's similar to yours and you're trying to figure it out. Say you move to a new city and you don't know, your old mechanic is long gone, you're now able to take it to him, you gotta find a new place. Well, ask around. Word of mouth. People that have good mechanics They will sing their praises, they will. And if they're bad mechanics, they'll let you know. When you describe the problem, try to be as descriptive as possible. In fact, take your time, maybe even make notes of the symptoms that have been happening, like at a particular time of day. Is it only in the mornings? If it's a particular noise, you might even go so far as to record it. I've had customers bring me recordings of noises that are intermittent and hard to find. And it's good to have that information. The more information that you can convey to that technician or shop owner or whatever, the more effective they're going to be at repairing your vehicle. Because as far as auto repair is concerned, you're not the only concern in the shop. There is likely a parking lot full of vehicles out in the lot that need to be serviced or worked on during a given day. Time management, I've done videos about this in the past, is key when it comes to being an effective technician. The more time that you can save, meaning the more descriptive you can be as a customer, the more information you can give us, the more time you can save us as far as helping us nail something down, the better. And if you've got something that's really weird or, off the beaten path, see if you can take a test drive with the technician or shop owner or somebody like that. Get them in the vehicle, get them to experience what you're experiencing. Say, yeah, that's the noise or that's the vibration or that's the thing that's bugging me that I'm looking to have addressed. The more specific you can be, like I say, notes, photographs, whatever, be like that. Don't walk in with like this whole printout from the internet that says this is how you're supposed to fix my car because I have this noise. That's not how to go about it. You have to allow us to do our job. And I think that's the main takeaway from this whole thing. Me as a shop owner, if somebody comes in and they're a new customer, I'm going to do everything I can to try and impress them. And just show them that they brought their vehicle to a place that they want to bring it back to. Not only they want to bring it back to, they're willing to tell their entire family about this place. They're willing to say, you know what, that guy Eric, he serviced my vehicle and he fixed it better than it's ever been repaired. I don't have to worry about anything. Pricing is fair. Whatever. The point is I want my customers to walk away feeling good about whatever it is that I've done to their vehicle, and to feel like their money has been well spent. And that's the other thing. Auto repair is not cheap, okay? These are sophisticated pieces of machinery. And there's a lot of time, effort, and copious amounts of money that are spent on tools in order for us to service these things. We're heavily invested. In fact, in my opinion, technicians today, automotive technicians today, are grossly underpaid for the skill levels that they have to possess. So give us the benefit of the doubt, because we're already crabby because we're not getting paid what we're worth. We don't need some know-it-all customer walking through the door telling us how to do our job. And maybe that's the main takeaway here. Make notes, be as descriptive as possible, be courteous. I treat people how I get treated. So if somebody comes through the door and they're just flat out rude to me, I'm not going to make the same kind of effort. And here's another thing. I've done a video in the past, and it was kind of controversial, working on unloved vehicles. And I got a tweet the other day from, I believe it was a technician, picture of the inside of a car, and it was a rolling dumpster. And you've heard me say that phrase on the show before. I'm not kidding when I say this. I've had vehicles come in that were literally rolling dumpsters. They should have been a trash bin, not something that you drive from point A to point B. And I'm not kidding when I say this. And those of you that are technicians out there, you know the type of vehicles that I'm talking about. In particular, if we have to get into your trunk or your glove box or stick our head up underneath your dash, please take the time to clean out your vehicle. And don't go to the gardening store before you come to the shop to get an oil change or something like that and fill the whole trunk with like potting soil, a bunch of heavy stuff. It's not going to fly. Because if I go to check the air in your spare tire and I open your trunk and I see like 200 pounds of potting soil sitting on top of it, I'm like, well, I'm done. It's not because I'm lazy, it's just because you're making my job more difficult. I only get paid 3/10 for an oil change. And to do it quote unquote right, you check all the tire pressures. That includes the spare tire. And the spare tire, a lot of times the valve stem is pointed down and you have to basically remove it to get to it. If I have to add 200 pounds of potting soil on top of that or whatever, that's going to take away my motivation to do it, because once again, time is money. There's other cars out on the lot that I can make a living from. I don't need to waste my time here. So make my life easier. Don't fill your trunk with bowling balls. Bring it in for a service and say you got a noise. Come on, common sense. So give us the benefit of the doubt. If you're proven wrong, if you're proven that, okay, well, this guy is a crook, fine. Go on social media, talk about it, and if it gets to a point to where you're not satisfied, you can contact the Better Business Bureau. But give the shop the opportunity to correct the mistake. Maybe somebody was having a bad day, or maybe the new kid worked on it and he didn't know any better, that type of thing. There's any number of things that could have come up. So if you do run into an issue with a repair or a service or something like that, go in with the attitude of, okay, it could have been an honest mistake. Start out there. But once again, if you're proven wrong, well, then get out the big guns. But give the shop the opportunity to make it right. Don't just go in guns blazing. I feel almost idiotic doing a video about this because it's just basic common courtesy, but it's sad that I feel that I have to make a video like this because I've seen it over and over in my career, which has spanned 20 years now. And I'm sure many of you out there watching this that are in the industry are hearing what I'm picking up, what I'm throwing down. You're hearing exactly what I'm saying. Oh, and last but not least, baked goods. I know it sounds weird. So you find that good technician, what's next? Well, the next step is to take care of them, develop a relationship. I mean, you do this with your hairdresser. So come the holidays or something like that, maybe you come in with a case of beer or something, something to say, you know what, I appreciate your effort. And you know what, I guarantee the next time you come into that shop, you are going to get this special treatment. Like maybe you drop in, just one day because you're driving by and you're having a problem. Well, you might get preferential treatment. I say might, because like I said, there's a parking lot full of vehicles that need to be worked on and addressed that were there before you. However, if you're one of those customers that is proving yourself to be one of those people that really respects and cares about what we do for you by, bringing in cookies or something like that, that is going to take you a long way. If you become a favorite customer of your repair shop, well, you don't have anything to worry about. You just basically throw them the keys and they'll take care of it. Anyhow, feel free to comment. Links in the description to additional information. If you have automotive questions, I say head over to ericthecarguy.com. There'll be a link to that in the description. And also, as far as repair videos, there's also my other channel, Eric the Car Guy. Yep, I'm going to be posting videos there again too. Of course, I have well over 700 that are there now. Anyway, close my videos. Be safe, have fun, stay dirty. Thank you for your time. I will see you next time.